Taylor. Taylor showed up to Tight End University. How did it?
Tay showed up. Yeah, I mean, you already know. We had this plan for a while that we were going to have some fun with the tight ends, and especially tight ends and friends, all the evening events.
How did this come about?
We're in Nashville. She grew up in Nashville. She moved there when she was younger. I won't say when the idea came up. Tay just kind of went up to him and the band and just was like, hey, if you guys are down, like, I'll go up there, play a song, and see if we can, pop the roof off this place.
Picture this. You're casually scrolling through Instagram, expecting the usual glam shots and coffee cups, and boom! Jisoo from Blackpink just broke the internet without even trying. The queen dropped her latest pics from her Korea shoot, looking like she just stepped out of a dreamy K-drama vacation, and people were already losing it. But then she casually throws Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift as her background track like it's no big deal, and that's when the fandoms collided like two galaxies doing a choreographed dance-off. Swifties and Blinks, both basically short-circuited. 1 second everyone's admiring Jisoo's radiant July cover glow, and the next they're screaming into their phones trying to decode what this sudden Taylor love means. You'd think she dropped a new album or announced world peace, but nope. Just a swipe-through post with a Swift soundtrack, and suddenly the internet's running wild with collab theories, comeback Easter eggs, and people coining words like TayPink, like it's already a Grammy category. And fans, subtlety is not in their vocabulary. They're already deep diving like Sherlock Holmes on Red Bull. Some are convinced this is Jisoo's cryptic way of hinting at a Blackpink x Taylor collab. Others are just over the moon that two pop worlds might finally be crossing paths. The vibe? Chaos. The tone? Unhinged but hopeful. To be fair, this wouldn't be the first time Blackpink dipped their toes in Western waters. Remember when they teamed up with Selena Gomez for Ice Cream and turned every feed into a pastel sugar rush? Yeah, that happened. Plus, let's not forget Lady Gaga's Sour Candy moment or Dua Lipa's Kiss and Make Up collab that pretty much soundtracked everyone's dance mirror selfies for months. So now, with just one Taylor Swift song dropped in the background like a casual sprinkle of glitter, Jisoo's managed to send fan theories into orbit. Will there be a collab? Is it a sign? Or did she just really vibe with Cruel Summer while picking a caption? Meanwhile, somewhere on the other side of the internet, Travis Kelce is defending his love life like he's playing in the Super Bowl of public opinion. Yep, the guy's done with folks side-eyeing his romance with Taylor like it's a PR stunt cooked up in a Hollywood lab. According to insiders, he's basically telling the haters to take a seat while he lives his best rom-com life, with touchdowns, red lips, and surprise concerts included. So here's the deal. Travis just sat down for a 90-minute chit-chat on a Dude Bro podcast, Bussin' with the Boys, and spilled the tea on everything from NFL predictions to hanging out with Adam Sandler like it's 2002. Oh, and of course, his very headline-grabbing, conspiracy theory-fueling relationship with Miss Swift herself. The man says they're just vibing, going to hockey games, living their lives, and definitely not plotting attention-grabbing stunts like some people in the comments section might think. And apparently, dating a global icon comes with a bonus game of hide-and-seek, with paparazzi. Travis legit said the most unexpected part of this A-list love story is being ambushed by camera-wielding ninjas while he's just trying to play golf. Like 1 minute he's lining up a putt, next minute he's spotting a dude in the trees with a zoom lens. Not exactly the peaceful Sunday he signed up for. Oh, and about that Tight End University summit? Yeah, not just protein shakes and locker room jokes. Taylor pulled a full-on Beyonce and showed up to perform Shake It Off like it's her version of Team Spirit. But it wasn't a free-for-all, okay? Everyone had to get their pics cleared before they posted, like it was the Met Gala for football bros. Apparently, Swift-level secrecy is the new normal, and even Will Compton and Taylor Luan, who've met the Swifties up close, know better than to post without approval. Meanwhile, back in Kelce land, things are looking less like a media circus and more like a Hallmark movie. If Hallmark had a $1 million wardrobe budget and paparazzi hiding in the shrubbery. Taylor and Travis just pulled off what may be the most low-key lunch date to ever require full security detail, a fancy Ohio bistro, and fans foaming at the mouth over a beige pleated skirt. Yep, the superstar duo hit up JoJo's bar in Chagrin Falls like it's just another casual weekday, except of course it's not, because when your combined star power could black out a small city, even eating a sandwich becomes headline news. And just to crank up the cuteness, Travis is basically playing tour guide through his home state like, and this is where I threw my first football, and that's where I realized I was in love with a Grammy hoarder. Taylor kept it chill, well, her version of chill, in a blouse and skirt combo that screamed Midwest brunch queen, while still costing more than a used car. Travis, meanwhile, rocked a striped tee like someone who woke up and said, I want to look approachable, but still like I bench press trucks for fun. Oh, and they brought along a mystery dude, aka Guide in the Third Wheel Zone, who sat politely across from Taylor while probably pretending he wasn't internally fangirling. Sources say she looked smitten, like, I own my master's now level of peace, and chatted away with both guys like it was the most normal thing in the world. Of course, Ohio wasn't their only stop. These two hopped back over to NYC like it's just around the corner for another date night, this time with frilly designer dresses, matching jewelry, and Kelce dressed like the hottest dad at a backyard wedding. Still no engagement ring on her finger, but one jeweler's already doing Olympic-level guessing games on what her rock might cost. Hint, it's somewhere between a mansion and a yacht. Meanwhile, speaking of real estate that's seen more drama than a soap opera, Taylor Swift's former Cape Cod getaway has finally found itself a new owner, because clearly even beach houses have a breakup arc. This isn't just any house, okay? This is the Kennedy-era heartbreak starter pack she scooped up back in 2012 while playing Summer Love with Connor Kennedy. Yep, back when we were all living in a Nicholas Sparks fantasy and pretending everything was fine. She bought the place for a cool $4.8 million, probably with a casual wire transfer while sipping a latte, and then barely 3 months later said, "Thank you next," to both Connor and the oceanfront vibes. The house then changed hands, got a serious glow-up from some design dream team, and now it's sold again just a few weeks after hitting the market for a jaw-dropping $14.5 million. Talk about a breakup bounce-back. We're talking 1.1 acres of pure coastal flex, 200 feet of private beach, and more sweeping sea views than a Nicholas Sparks movie marathon. The place has multiple fireplaces, a heated resort-style pool, and a sunroom that practically begs for a rom-com scene. And not to be dramatic, but even the walls are probably humming all too well in the background. And if you're wondering whether Taylor's name got a shout-out in the listing, nope. Apparently the new owner isn't cashing in on Swift's ghosty property energy, even though the vibes are undeniably poetic. But don't worry, she's not house-hopping out of necessity. The girl's got her Rhode Island mansion where she throws those famous July 4th parties that look like a Vogue spread exploded. Blake, Gigi, and every starlet with good lighting included. Of course, that mansion's also getting a $1.7 million renovation, because even vacation homes need a little Eras Tour level refresh. New suite here, bigger kitchen there, and probably a secret wine cellar labeled Heartbreak Storage. And speaking of summer heartbreaks, teenage glow-ups and everything in between, let's talk The Summer I Turned Pretty, aka the show that makes everyone want to throw on a sundress, blast Taylor Swift, and stare dramatically into the ocean like it just dumped them. Jenny Han, the genius behind this warm-weather emotional roller coaster, recently spilled that she knew back in 2009, yes, flip phone era 2009, that Taylor Swift was going to be timeless. Like, didn't just hope, didn't cross fingers, she knew. Girl must have had a crystal ball and a Spotify rap from the future. According to insiders, Han was writing Belly's beachside drama with Swift already embedded in the soundtrack of her brain. She said it wasn't about being trendy, it was about being eternal. That's why instead of dropping references to some now extinct viral dance or a vine that lasted 6 seconds, she opted for names that still hit decades later. Like Taylor. Because whether you're Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah, or Team Why Is This Girl Always Crying in a Bikini, there's no denying that a Swift song in the background just hits different. The show's been sprinkling Swift tracks like their emotional seasoning on top of every major scene. Belly's having a meltdown? Cue August. Someone's kissing the wrong guy? Bring in Cruel Summer. A family moment? Boom! The best day. It's practically a Taylor Swift album with plot lines. And Han wasn't just throwing pop stars in for clout. She designed the whole vibe to be both nostalgic and fresh, like a sun-warmed beach towel that smells like your ex's cologne. She even made sure the teens watch old-school classics like Sabrina and It Happened One Night, because nothing says timeless like a black-and-white rom-com to make your Gen Z heartache. Now with fans across every generation clinging to Belly's chaotic love life like it's their own, it's clear Han's bet on Taylor being legendary wasn't just smart, it was prophetic. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.